What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's get into it. Now, this is what you guys been waiting for. You guys have asked me for it. We've been overwhelmed with all this information and things going on that we didn't have time to really get into it. But let's get into it. Yeah, I would have done this live if you guys had donated, but you guys didn't donate to the Cash App, so I didn't go live. So, let's talk about the Lil Wayne Funeral album review. And the reason why we're doing this is because he is definitely Lil Wayne. Sweezy, baby. He is the godfather, the granddaddy, the greasy grandpappy of the syrup rap generation. But people forget Wayne could actually rap. And every time he touches a microphone, he basically proves it. This is what he does. Over and over and over again. Now, many people might say, look, we know about Lil Wayne's performances and, does he still have it? He's kind of outdated. Lil Wayne has been around since the 90s. Like, he's been around for about 20 years. 20 years in the game. He got over 20 years. I don't even know if he could put little in front of his name no more. He just Wayne. They're like, what's up, Wayne? Now, anyway, let's get to it. Uh, what was the first song on that album? Funeral, right? That intro. That was alright. That's just an intro. Mahogany is that banger. That's one of my favorite songs on there. And easily tops on this album. Um, I like Not Me. That's another one I like. Mamma Mia too. The flow on Mamma Mia is sick. The wordplay is sick. He's definitely his production on these songs were top notch. Even on Dreams, even the Adam Levine Trust Nobody song. I'm like, man, this is a decent song. Like, and it's got Adam Levine on it. What the hell going on? Then the album takes a turn. And it goes down a road of songs that shouldn't be. And what I mean songs that shouldn't be, meaning like they shouldn't have been on this album. It seemed like they was made for somebody else's album. And that's when all these features. And it went too far into this new era of the same sound. I mean, it had went to a whole nother song, and I thought it was a break in the song, and it was like a whole nother record. And I'm like, man, this sounds just like the record that just went off. And you have a lot of that when you have so many songs, but we're in a song era of just singles and not a doggone album. Everything's just a track list of just random songs, and you lose the continuity of an album. And that's what happens here. You lost that continuity of, man, this could have been a great album, but the lineup is wrong. And when the lineup's wrong, it can end up harming and losing the attention span of the people that's listening to it. The people that listen to it be vibing with it, and then they blank out and just start doing something else. Why it's going on, and they no longer paying attention. It's just random songs. And that's what unfortunately happened to this album. And that's why I had to rate it at 2.5 stars out of 4. What was on its way to being a great classic Lil Wayne album detoured and went into a sameness. And I'm like, now it just sounds like a bunch of singles. But what's weird is I would have thought he had made Wayne's World by now, that song. It's Wayne's World. I was like, oh, I thought he would have been made that record. Then again, he probably did. These records, some of these records seem like they were made years ago. You know, Extension song, you know, we already heard about that he had that song with him. So we've already heard that song. We heard a lot of songs. That's what I'm saying. I might not have heard the official release album. You know, I got it on the Apple, so people that I know, they is like, man, I think I got it, but I got way more songs than that. He's like, I got like my 25 songs. I'm like, man, well, maybe I'm missing some, but ever since Breezy showed people you could drop 100 songs in a day and have them all chart and mess up the whole doggone streaming service, everybody was like, look, Breezy came up. They thought he was stupid for doing that. He was like, look, I got all these songs that I paid for to get made, and they just sitting here finna rot. Nope, throwing them all out. And it worked out great for Breezy. Some was gonna hit, some was gonna miss. But some stuck on the wall, made history. Now, where would you put Lil Wayne as an artist? Lyrically, he's more inclined than a lot of these guys out here. His wordplay is sick, but the style he used on this album was similar to another young and up and coming artist. The flow pattern choice was used like most of these younger syrupy rappers. He was using more of a flow pattern, which is basically a Wayne pattern anyway, but he went to doing more of the way they do it, but with lyrical content. Even though he's marred by all this syrup and lean from over the years and addiction to tattoos, addiction to all of these different things. One thing about him, he has never lost sight of who he is as an artist. He's talented. That's for sure. And he's a damn hell of a bowler. So that we know. Now, if you guys have heard the album, give me your opinions and thoughts about it in the comment section. I look forward to reading and listening to your thoughts on the album. See if you will come to the same conclusions I have about the record. and you can definitely hit me up on my Cash App, which is Carcino. Thank you for your time. I'm out.